What citizens can do, Unit 5. Let's talk about the title of this video for just a minute. Just because someone can do something does not mean that he or she will. This video is about the possibilities that exist for citizens. Citizens have great responsibilities and opportunities. So let's look at the question, what can citizens do? Citizens can abide by the law. The United States is founded on the idea of rule of law. This means that the law applies to everyone and that everyone is expected to follow the law. Laws are made by people who represent the majority opinion of those who voted. When citizens do not follow the law, there are consequences, but there are also protections for people who are accused of breaking the law. People accused of breaking the law still have the right to due process or to have certain steps followed in the legal process. They must know the charges against them and have the right to a trial by a jury of their peers. Citizens can also practice civil disobedience. In the same way that the United States was founded based on the idea of rule of law, it was founded by people who broke the laws of the British Empire because they believed that the laws were wrong or unfair. Purposely breaking a law to demonstrate that the law is unjust and should be changed is called civil disobedience. Examples of this from our own history include dumping tea into Boston Harbor, refusing to pay taxes to support a war or some other sort of initiative that someone opposes, trying to vote when it's illegal to do so, whether that's because of your gender or your race, violating laws that allow segregation, like refusing to give up your seat on a bus or sitting in a restricted section of a restaurant, or trespassing, being somewhere that is a restricted area to show that you disapprove of certain policies or actions that the government is trying to take. Citizens can also develop political awareness. Usually we talk about this under the guise of voting. It's important for voters to understand the issues and positions of a candidate. It's been said that it's worse to be an uninformed voter than to not vote at all. Voting is important, obviously, because we elect representatives to office, but there are also other powers that voters have. For example, the power of referendum is the right of voters to approve or reject laws that have been proposed by the legislature. So the legislature can suggest that a law go into effect, and they can do their part to make that happen. But sometimes they put that to the voters. For example, a community might have a school bond where they suggest that they're going to spend so much tax money to build new schools, but they give the voters the opportunity to say, yes, we want this, or no, we don't. Voters also have the right of recall, which is the right to remove an official from office before the end of his or her term. This has happened in the case of a governor in states that have this right for voters, where the voters have had a special election to say, we don't think that you should be the governor anymore, and the governor is removed from office without an impeachment trial by the voters. Also, voters have the right of initiative, and that's the right to propose a law, a constitutional amendment, or an ordinance that should be voted on for adoption. So all of these are ways that voters can exercise their power as citizens to impact the laws and the way that people live. Citizens can also participate, staying informed about what's going on in your community, in your state, and your nation, attending meetings about issues and actions so that you can be more informed and share your views, serving on a jury or grand jury when you're summoned are all examples of ways that citizens participate. Citizens can advocate and disagree. Advocating means supporting issues that are important to you and expressing dissent or disagreement about actions that you oppose. This can also take a variety of forms. When you contact your elected officials to say, I support or I oppose a certain bill or action, then that's advocating and disagreeing. When you vote, You are showing what you support and what you oppose. You can also sign petitions, you can protest. There are lots of different ways to show how you feel. And you think that one person's idea doesn't matter, but if everybody takes that approach, then the people who are elected to represent our views don't really know what's going on or what we're thinking and feeling. Finally, citizens can help. They can volunteer to do things that government and private industry cannot do or will not do. This comes under the guise of charitable donations, which isn't always your money. It might be your time, it might be particular goods or services that you have to offer. Citizens help when they volunteer for military service and offer up their time for the protection of our country. And you can also volunteer for things in your own community, like a community watch program. All of these are examples of things that citizens can do if they choose to. Thanks for listening.